This one's for the youths that still use Snapchat. If you're a male over the age of 25 that still uses this to chirps girls, you deserve to be locked up. I'm sure the minors on the app don't appreciate seeing your pee hole at 2 AM. Now all the Jimmy Saviles of Snapchat have left the chat, this is what her Snapchats really mean. Number 1, doggy style. Get your mind out the gutter, this is another type of furry animal. If she's sending you a Snapchat of her dog, or other pet for that matter, with no context, it's a conversation starter and she's giving you something to comment on. Same goes for any Snapchat that mentions or shows something that you like. That is her shooting a shot. This next one, every single girl is guilty of doing, and it's not just a Snapchat thing, they do this on Instagram too. If a girl has cooked food, and she's proud of it thinking she's the next Gordon Ramsay, and then she sent you a photo of it, the thought process is, let me show him I can cook, he's gonna think I'm wifey material. Perfect opportunity for you to cheekily ask her to cook for you, or just acknowledge it and compliment her on it, even if it looks more burnt than my great nan's ashes. Kyron's Fitz, he's gonna hate me for this. If she's sending you a mirror selfie, or a Snapchat that shows her outfit, she wants you to rate her fit. This is major for you. Top tier, all the signs are there. Just keep it for a sec. She values your opinion on her outfit, and you know how much clothes mean to a girl. So either compliment her on it, or something that's in the background of the photo. When she sends you a Snapchat or posts to a private story a photo of her with the girls captioned Hot Girl Summer, it's so blatantly obvious. She wants you specifically to know that she's single. But only if it's sent directly to you or it's on a private story. If it's on a main story, she's hoeing it up all summer. Back in my day, this used to be a TV show for kids. But if this video is of any use to you, you're probably too young to even know what that is. If a girl is sending you a photo of the bath that she's about to have. Now this may be the subtle bath bomb pic, or the cheeky leg shot. Both mean the same thing, one's just more obvious than the other. Her goal here is for you to be thinking about what she looks like naked, and is more than likely an invite for you to talk to her about this. However, I suggest you tread very carefully, because it could also mean I'm busy for the next hour and a half, fuck off and leave me alone. But what's life without risks, eh? Second to last, we have Black Mirror. If she's sending you a black screen or a photo of a ceiling, according to credible sources, also known as my 15-year-old sister, this means she has nothing left to add to the conversation but doesn't want to ghost you. Or if she's a Cancer, she's pissed off and annoyed at you. MIA is more of a Snapchat strategy, and it only means this when you're both single. If she's out with her friends and she's turned her snap maps off. It doesn't necessarily mean she's being sneaky. If she likes you, she's doing it purposely because she wants you to go Liam Neeson and ask her where she's at. If she does that and you're in a relationship, my condolences. A good first date is a lot like tequila. It can have you throwing all your dignity out the window on your quest to send them a desperate 4 AM text. So if you want to rid yourself from any second-hand embarrassment, then get your notepad out and get ready to screenshot because I'm about to teach you how to text them after a date. First things first, let's debunk the standard waiting time rule. A lot of advice out there will tell you it's 3 days. But after speaking to the girls, I can confirm that that's a one-way ticket to ghost town. Might have worked in the 2000s, but nowadays if a girl doesn't hear from you 24 hours after the date, she's going to assume you're uninterested. If you're drawing blanks, don't know what to text her, and the only thing coming to mind is I miss you already, the safety text is the way to go. If, for whatever reason, she had to make her own way home, and you didn't already mention this at the end of the date, drop her a text saying let me know you got home safely. It's a gentleman thing to do, shows you care about her safety, and is the perfect segue into another conversation. If, however, you already dropped this at the end of the date, should be common sense, but the last thing you want to do is send that again over text. But don't worry, I got you. Here's a few examples of flirty ways to open a conversation with her. The push-pull dynamic of the neggy compliment works so well here, because you want to let her know you're interested, but without being desperate. And the light-hearted banter in the top two do that really well without offending her. And if the date ended a little bit flirty, and potentially even ended with you lipsing her, number 3 is just... The truth of the matter is, rom-coms are most girls' favourite film genre for a reason. So if you're feeling confident, schmooze her a little bit. And don't text her straight away. Do your thing, be busy in the day, because that in itself is going to build her curiosity and excitement to hear from you. And then at night, call her. Don't ask me why, it's just more attractive and romantic. And you'll avoid all the small talk and have more to talk about. The only potential danger zone with this one is if you want something serious with this girl, the last thing you want is for her to think it's a booty call. So don't get into the habit of only calling or texting at night. While we're on the topic, I know it might be hard, but resist the urge to sext her or send her nudes, or just anything remotely sexual, even if you ended up hooking up after the date. Sending the "was it big enough" text is never a good idea. She's either going to think you want her for one thing only, or just get the ick. Instead, what you want to be doing is trying to get the next date in the first 3 to 4 messages. Obviously, whenever you're both next free, but an ideal time would be 3 days after the first. Don't get too stressed out about the planning of it though. This isn't The Bachelor. If the first date was fun and playful, then the second date is an opportunity for a more romantic setting where you can wine and dine her. And like the high value man that you are, you're going to use a classic sales technique where you assume the answer is yes and tell her, not ask her. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the hard close. Even if you're going into this not feeling confident, saying something like this is telling her that you are. You're welcome. The girl you like, but the math is just not mathin'. And here you are analysing her every move to try and figure out if she likes you. Oh, I almost feel bad. If she does any of these, I send my condolences. This is sign she's just not into you. The first offence is the tyrant texter. There's quite a few things girls will do through text to show you that they're not into you. Some are fairly obvious, like if she doesn't really use emojis and her replies are short, she's telling you she's busy but she's active on socials. But if she does this one thing, which is fairly subtle, she's either not into you or she's playing you. She'll still entertain conversations with you, potentially on multiple social media apps. But if she wants to just keep it at that and doesn't want to give you a phone number, she either doesn't want you to have that kind of access to her, or she's a catfish, so run while you can. If she's trying to be the Robin to your Batman, it's probably not a good thing. If any of your conversations even remotely touch upon other girls you should go for, or other girls that like you're that deep into the friend zone, you might just drown. Kind of like in Sims when you take away the ladders to the pool. It's going to be real hard to get out. She might say yes to seeing you, but if she's constantly bringing a +1 and making it a group setting, it's either because she doesn't feel safe or comfortable around you, doesn't want anything to happen, or she's just not even aware it's a date. Highly unlikely it's going to turn into an opening scene on the hub, so you can wave goodbye to those fantasies of it becoming a threesome. I mean, unless polyamory's your thing, no judgment. Sadly, this next one has nothing to do with Rebecca Black. If you're asking her out and her answer is maybe, and then she goes very quiet and suddenly gets busy, or just flakes on you last minute, she probably didn't want to reject you and hurt your feelings, and that was the easy way out. If she gives you that, you shouldn't be going for her anyway, because if it's not a hell yeah, it should be a hell no. The Invisible Man. R.I.P. If you two are hanging out, and she posts about it, but you're never in it, call her Harry Potter because she's just put a metaphorical invisibility cloak over you. Now, there are a few cases where she might be a private person, but in most cases, if she's hiding you, she's hiding something. Hopefully not bodies in a basement. There's going to be a reason she's not posting you. It's up to you if you want to open that door or not. But we all know how that plays out in every horror movie ever, so don't say I didn't warn you. Next up is SpongeBob Sad Pants. I couldn't not include the visual, it was too fitting. If she's using you as an emotional sponge, offloading and asking advice about other guys, pick a card, any card. Oh my god, it's a super rare shiny. And it says you're in a top 3 on Snapchat, right under a gay best friend. Guarantee whenever you message her, she's half swiping on those messages. I don't make the rules, I'm sorry. Katy Perry needs to start getting commission for helping me on these titles. This happens way too often on a night out, especially if you don't know her. Sadly, sometimes saying you have a boyfriend still doesn't work, and you keep trying. So she says she's playing for the other team, and then proceeds to lips her mate in front of you to prove it. There's a high possibility she's not. She just despises you with her whole being. Do you have a girl coming over soon? Yes? Then why not try out these high converting activities to help you get laid and not memeified in the girls group chat. This is things to do before a girl comes over. Krusty Krab pizza. Speaking of crusty, please get rid of your used socks and the tissues next to your bed. As much as we know what goes down, we do not need to be seeing your unborn children the first time we set foot in your house. Because believe it or not, babe, this isn't a social services visit. While we're on the topic of children, the place you drop them off, please clean it. Evidence of your long-range shots into the toilet do not need to be present. And whilst the golden drops that sit on the bottom seat may be a souvenir, or medal, if you will, for the events that happened there, some things are better left in the past. So clean it up and wash your hands, you dirty pig. We haven't quite left toilet territory yet. Number 3 is flushed away. A guy's bathroom will tell a girl everything she needs to know. It is a common activity amongst the female species to rate toilets too. So unless you want to be compared to Rodney the Rat, toilet paper, crucial. Bonus points if you get the one that smells of coconut.
Hand wash, the squirty kind. Some subtle foreshadowing for later events. If you really want to go the extra mile, get hand cream too. Remove your 3-in-1 shampoo or Head and Shoulders. Self-explanatory. Side note, it's also not illegal to wash away your pubes in the shower after you've shaved. And neither is cleaning the shower head. And if you really want to increase your chances, just get some tampons. When she inevitably goes to the toilet, she'll see them, she'll comment on them, and you have the perfect opportunity to come through with the, "Oh, I was just thinking of you, babe, just in case." Do all of those and you might even need a wet floor sign, if you know what I mean. No sex in the missionary position, no sex standing up. Just don't have sex, okay? Everybody take some rubbers. Now you may or may not get Google lucky, but always be prepared. If you fail to prepare, prepare to fail. I mean, unless you're ready to become a father and pay child maintenance for the foreseeable. Whilst we're on this delightful topic, one sheet does plenty, but only if it's a clean one. Listen, I'm not one to judge, but if I was in that girl's shoes and I spotted questionable stains on that bedsheet, I'd either investigate with my UV light or run for the hills. Most likely the latter. So on behalf of all girls everywhere, clean your sheets. Thank you in advance. Now it's not all for the girl, this next one's for you. If necessary, indulge yourself in some liquid courage. But don't go overkill because that will get very messy very quickly. Before she comes over, watch Netflix or jump on Cob with the boys. Anything that will distract you and calm your nerves. Because what you don't need is a Carly and Simon situation on your hands. Last but not least, we have in the bin, which is exactly where your chances of getting laid will go if you don't remove the Leaning Tower of Pisa from the bin that's in your bedroom. So empty your bins, or forever be referred to as Dustbin Bieber. Does the thought of her speaking to another guy destroy your soul? If the answer's yes, and she's not yet your girlfriend, this is how to have the What Are We chat, so that you can find out if you're exclusive. Number 1, whilst being an absolute banger from Lizzo, it's about damn time you grew a pair and told her how you feel. In my humble opinion, you should be having this conversation within the 2 to 4 month mark. Any sooner than that, you're definitely just simping for her. Anything beyond 4 months, press F to pay respects to this soldier, because that's definitely a friends with Ben situation. One thing you definitely want to avoid doing is giving her the surprise promotion she didn't ask for. This means telling everyone and their nan's cat that she's your girlfriend, and not telling her, and just assuming she'd say yes. Stop trying to Venus flytrap her into a relationship she didn't even know she was a part of. 360 no scope. Do not go in guns a-blazing and hit her with the, "So are you sleeping with other people or just me?" I can just see it now. Mission failed, we'll get him next time. Instead, you gotta come in strong with the me, myself and I. Yeah, so I've been thinking I'm going to delete the dating apps, I don't really need them anymore. Or I'm not really interested in anyone else, to be honest. You're coming across confident, direct, assertive. Oh, go on then. We love a man that knows what he wants. Number 4, we have the catfish repellent. If your relationship has currently only existed online, and you're yet to FaceTime, it might be that you're actually talking to a 50-year-old man. So by having this conversation in person, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, that wasn't very vegan of me. You get to find out if the catch of the day is in fact a female. You can also read body language and tone. And if the mothers have brought them up correctly, less likely to ghost you in person too. Next up, we have the ultimatum. If you actually want to learn about relationships, go watch that on Netflix because they outdid themselves on that one. But in this case, do not give them an ultimatum. Be exclusive with me or else. It's pushy, it's controlling, and you sound like a toddler. So we've established that the best possible situation is you having this conversation in real life. However, if you're a pussy or it's long distance, you may need to instigate this over text. Please explain why so many of you will just drop the "we need to talk" message. Nothing else. Call me Spyro. Do that and our mental health's taking a downward spiral. Why so serious? You gotta pull the Chandler Bing and come through with some light-hearted banter. Guarantee you're 10 times more likely to get a reply. Last but not least, we've got Casper mode. Now if you listen and have the conversation in real life, this probably won't happen. But you gotta prepare yourself for the fact that she might ghost you. But because you're a high-value male that knows his worth, you're gonna scream, "We go gym," and crack on. Big fat L for her.